Welcome, my friends, to It's Vinylly Mine, and we are continuing our vinyl countdown as we are kicking 2020 to the curb as we count down the last days of the year with episodes of It's Vinylly Mine. So today we are going to take a look at a Patreon pick. Yes, they voted for it, so it's here. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers soundtrack and more, or I should say, and then some. Yes, they voted, and so here it is. Thank you for your support, patrons. I appreciate it. And this is put out by Death Waltz Recording Company. DW43 is the number. This was released on April 28th, 2015. And now it is arranged, performed, and produced by Michael Perlstein, and who did the music for originally for the movie. And yes, manufactured by Mondo Tees LLC. If you're not familiar with them, they put out a lot of great cult music on soundtracks on vinyl as well. So always great to see them preserve this music from some of those popular films in cult circles. Audio Bottle mixed it, engineered it, mastered it. Otherwise, Michael Perlstein had pretty much everything to do with the music end of it. So 500 copies of this were released on black vinyl, which this is the version for that. So let's drop the needle, take a closer look at Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. At least the album for Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. I do have the Blu-ray, though, as well. It's a fun movie, totally ridiculous, but it has three very well-known scream queens in it who just give it their all in the film. So much fun. And yes, the head of the Chainsaw cult is played by the actor who also played Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen. So there's that little hook as well, because after all, it is involving chainsaws, right? So here we have some great artwork here. Artwork, I believe, was done by WSYK or $YK. Not quite sure how you pronounce that, but they did this art, and it's a wonderful art. It's got the retro feel, of course, palm trees and sun, as a lot of people associate with California, especially Hollywood. You got the headdress here for the cult that the Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers are in, and who doesn't love or want some chainsaw earrings? So I love that. That's just a great artwork, especially with the whole 80s kind of pink color motif going on here. So on the back of it, we got, whoa, okay. On the back, we have the back side of the drawing of the person on the front side. So, again, more artwork in the same style here. Hollywood Chainsaw Hooker title at the top. We have the track listing here, The Unkindest Cuts of All. Of course, double meaning there since we're talking chainsaws, and the track listing there. And then we have some additional bits and pieces, which are alternate versions or variations on tracks that you have up here. So I love that they have a variety of music on here, as well as the track list, the credits as well for the movie, and of course the Death Waltz label. And the fact that you had the original music composer involved in this so much really adds a lot of extra little oomph to the meaning of it as well. The spine has a wonderful pink color to it, as well. But let's check out the gatefold, shall we? What's inside? Whoa, okay. So here's the gatefold. Another one that I should have looked ahead of time. But here we have a chainsaw wielding lady of the evening. So I definitely should have looked at the inside of this beforehand. But more great artwork. It just so well done. They put care into these releases, you can tell, more so than any studio would put into a lot of the vinyl releases that they do. So it's great that Mondo Tees is doing stuff like this. So let's see what's inside now, and hopefully, we'll get what's inside here. So let me just do that and that. All right, so great. We've got first off, we got liner notes here from the composer, about the composer, and a very extensive liner notes about the composer. I love it. They recording some of the history of this. 24 inches of fun. Yeah, and some great drawings as well. And then on the other side, more about the imaginary controversy of the film, about the hookers, just great information with some great art here about the film. And so I always just, as I mentioned with some of those other releases we have, the fact we get some of this history and stuff now, I just find fascinating for these films that I've watched many times and hope to find more information on about. So let's head on over to the vinyl and see what we got in the vinyl. Oh, solid quality vinyl. And yeah, you gotta love the fact that we have some, looks like some pieces here of something on the label, which look like fingers. At least I hope those are fingers. So that's on one side, and on the other we have, cigarettes. There we go. Those are cigarette butts, and so we have that emblem as well, which, if I remember correctly, is for the Chainsaw Hooker Cult. So, yeah, I love the label, digging the quality of the vinyl, and as always, we're going to now take a listen to this vinyl. I'll come back with my favorite tracks, what I think of the pressing, and so stay tuned. Hey everyone, you want to help us decide what we review here on It's Vinylly Mine? Then head on over to www.patreon.com/Special Mark Productions. It's our Patreon page where we have 3 great tiers for you to join. If you join our top tier, you get early access to all the videos we post on YouTube. Plus, you get to participate in a poll to decide on what we review on It's Vinylly Mine, and you get a poll to decide what the VIP episode will be for the month exclusively for our patrons. We got a lot of great content there, so head on over there and we hope to see you soon. And we are back, folks, from listening to the Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers soundtrack. And man, it takes you back to this movie, which, yes, the title and some of the subject matter may seem controversial, but this film's pure satire. It's a comedy horror on purpose. It's poking fun, tongue firmly in cheek, making fun of those exploitation films. Although the people working in it did put in some serious effort, including the Linnea Quigley dance of the double chainsaws, the set piece, the paint that was on Linnea Quigley took like 7 hours to apply altogether, which is insane, especially for a film of this production value. Now, as far as this production value of this record goes, it's fantastic. I loved all the tracks on here. First, the original tracks that we had here from the soundtrack, and then the embellished ones, if you will, the kind of re-engineered and reimagined ones. Ones that I enjoy the most, well, I do enjoy the First Time I Saw Your Face theme. It's a great theme. I really liked how it stands out and kind of just sets the tone. Though you also have in here the Private Dick on the Prowl, and yeah, that one's just a fun kind of peppy track, a little jazzy going on. And then, hear the Sex Minutes to Death, which is a great title for the track, and also a rather creepy track as well. As far as the remastered ones go, while a lot of these are fun, the First Time I Ever Saw Your Face with vocals is just weird in just this fascinating way. I do like I Came, I Sawed, I Conquered. I like that the variations that they had on themes kind of reimagined and re-engineered, and I liked that track out of the 4 additional tracks that they put on here. And now, yeah, it's a fun soundtrack though altogether. And the liner note that I showed you before that it came with, that is one of the most unusual inserts reads I have had out of my vinyl collection. Seriously, it is something else. It's fictional yet not. It's narrative yet it's really out there, like many things involving this project. So there you have it, folks. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers soundtrack. It is put out on a Death Waltz, and I think it's a very much fun for those fans of the music and of the movie out there. If you're not a fan of the movie, you may want to skip this one, though it is kind of fun music. Unless you've seen where this music was in the movie, it may be lost a little bit on you. But those who like electronic soundtracks, you may want to check it out as well. So there you have it, folks. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, our Patreon pick. Speaking of our Patreon, as you saw, you can head over there, join a tier, and help us decide what we review here on It's Vinylly Mine. It's the Vinyl Countdown, folks, and we got a lot more coming, so stay tuned. And remember, until next time, it's not yours, it's Vinylly Mine, and I'll catch you on the flip side.